Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It is Christian here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. So today I am bringing you my first favorites video of the year. I did not get a chance to film a video in January, and I also did not film a video from a monthly favorites in the month of December either. So it has definitely been a couple of months since I have gotten a favorites video up for you guys. And I definitely want to tell you guys some of the things that I have really been loving the last couple of months. I have found a lot of products that I really enjoy and that I'm kind of like absolutely 100% all the way here for you guys. So I feel like I am starting to step out of my comfort zone a little bit, test out a couple of more things instead of staying in the same routine of just using the same products over and over again. So I'm super excited to show you guys all of the things that I have been loving in the month of February, but also maybe a couple of products that have just stood out to me the last couple of months as well. So if you guys are interested in seeing what some of my favorite products were in the month of February of 2017, you are definitely in the right place. But before we get into that video, I just want to say that if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. That way you can be notified of all of my future videos and become part of my little YouTube family. If you're not new to my channel, you guys, welcome back. Thank you for continuing to join and support. Let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and start with a couple of face products first. The first thing that I was loving in the month of February, but I have honestly been using this a ton the last couple of months. It is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I absolutely love this stuff. You guys probably could have guessed that I would have mentioned this because I have been talking about it a lot in some of my more recent videos, and I think this stuff is so good. I don't necessarily use it as a primer. I use it more as a first step to my makeup. So I use this and then I will go in with my primers, and it just gives you a really smooth canvas. It does have a little bit of a hydration to it, but it's not overly hydrating. It just makes everything else that you put on top of it just really smooth, glide on really nicely. I just take a very small amount, rub it all over my face, let it sit for like 60 seconds, and then I go in with my normal routine, which are my everyday primer. So yes, it's kind of like an extra step to my makeup because you guys already know that I use like 18 primers every time I do my makeup anyway. It gets a little intense. And this, yes, even though it is an extra step, I really do like the way it looks on my skin. And on days when I want to be a little bit more natural and or a little bit quicker about my makeup, I will just use this, skip the primers or skip my other primers, and I still like the way my skin looks. So this is definitely a product worth checking out. It is definitely a product I fully stand behind and like love. Like we are in a full-blown committed relationship at this point. All right guys, so the next primer that I have been loving, the Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. And it is by First Aid Beauty. Now, what I like about this primer is it's very hydrating on the skin. Now, it is such a good primer. I think it hydrates, I think it smooths everything out. I like to kind of focus this primer like around my nose and really around my chin, because those are definitely some drier places for me. In between my eyebrows are extremely dry for me. My cheeks are a little bit on the more oily side, but I have not noticed that this makes me any more oily. It definitely helps keep my dryness at bay. And when I'm feeling extra dry, this is the one I reach for because it is a little bit more thick. It is a little bit more hydrating, so I definitely reach for this one. When my skin is not feeling super dry, I will go in with a little bit more of a lighter primer or a lighter consistency, but this is really good, you guys. So I feel like if you have super dry skin, I definitely think that this is worth checking out. I just have really been impressed by it and I have really been enjoying it. A drugstore foundation, you guys, that I love. I don't think you guys understand how much I actually love this foundation. It is so freaking good, and it is $5. Well, $5.99 if we want to be like super technical about it. But the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and to be completely honest, you guys, I did not expect a whole lot from this foundation. I'm gonna keep it real. The main reason I picked it up is because it was hot, because it was new. Everybody was hauling a bunch of Wet n Wild products, and I was like, well, I want to get on that bandwagon. And I also had told you guys that I wanted to try out a lot more drugstore products and then start incorporating drugstore products into my channel. I did not expect this foundation to be as good as it was. It is super blendable. It is super easy to use. It's lightweight. I'll say it one more time. It is $6. It comes in a glass bottle. Luxurious for the price. And I would even say it's good for the price is irrelevant. So the fact that it's only $6 makes it that much better. but I would still think it was good if it was 15 or 20 bucks as well. It gives you a really solid medium coverage. It doesn't cancel out everything on your face. Like right now I'm wearing a full-on full coverage conceal everything foundation. This one does not have that kind of coverage, but it just sits so nicely on the skin. It cancels all of my redness out. My blemishes will still kind of peek through when I wear this foundation, but then I can just go on over with the concealer on top. It wears extremely well. This is one of the foundations that does not severely cling to my dry patches. It does settle into fine lines, but it takes several hours before it settles into my fine lines, which is a huge plus for me. If I can get a foundation to wear 5 hours without settling into my fine lines, I'm like, hallelujah, praise the makeup gods. You know what I mean? Like, you did a solid for me. And this foundation is definitely good. I definitely think it's worth checking out. I know it's hard to find a lot of these products right now because I literally had to go to like 18 Walgreens and CVS's before I actually found them. But if you are at your local drugstore and you can get your hands on this, I highly recommend trying it out, you guys. Okay, so a face powder that I also loved, and it's also in the same family. I have been going back and forth between these two face powders the last month, and I kind of feel like this is a pretty good dupe for this particular product. So it is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder, and I have mine in the shade Warm Light. And then I also have the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light Plus. And I have been going back and forth between both of these powders very, very much. And I feel like this powder performs like a high-end powder. Like I said, I have been reaching for them like equally, honestly, whichever one is closest to like my hand in the morning when I'm doing my makeup is the one that I pick up. And I feel like the fact that this one, the Wet n Wild, is interchangeable for a $30 MAC powder is insane. This powder is just so blendable, so smooth. It just sets my makeup flawlessly. It just gives you a really, really pretty look. I don't use it to like bake, which is kind of on the back. I think it says that you can. I don't do it for that. I use it as an all over setting powder, and it just locks my makeup into place. It's very lightweight on the skin. It is really good powder for dry skin girls as well, because I have been struggling with my dry skin. Like, it's kicking into high gear the last couple of weeks. And this powder, well, both of these powders actually have been doing a really, really good job helping keep that at bay or to a minimum. I don't know what's going on with my skin. I have not been trying anything new. My dry skin had been under control for several months, and out of nowhere, it's angry right now. And I've really been trying to find products that are gonna help get rid of that dryness or gonna help pretty much keep it like not so obvious, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, you guys, the Wet n Wild, I'm here for it. I love it. I think it's really good. If you're a fan of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes, I really, really do think that you would love the Photo Focus Wet n Wild powder. So both of these were hits for me this month. Let's jump into some eyeshadow palettes. I feel like, dare I say it, I feel like these are some of the best eyeshadows on the market right now. I know, I said it. I don't know if I'm gonna take it back next week, but right now, today, you guys, this is how I feel. If you had not tried out either one of these brands, you need to try these products out. I'm not even kidding. These eyeshadows by both of these brands are so amazing. I'm so impressed. They're so high pigmented. They're so blendable. They're so easy to use. They have amazing color ranges. And the first eyeshadows that I'm talking about are from Juvia's Place. Holy cow. Holy freaking cow. These eyeshadows, I'm wearing the Nubian palette on my face or my eyes right now. But these palettes, you guys, there are no words. The Saharan palette is going to be for those of you who are a little more daring. It's going to be for somebody who wants something just a little bit more original, because this is not like, the layout of these colors is unlike any other palette that I have in my collection. The Nubian palette is going to be a neutral girl's best friend. Just watch, magic is in the swatches, the blendability, it is in the color payoff, it is just magic. This is just full on makeup magic. Now we're going to take a matte shade. You guys, literally a matte shade. Like, the blendability of that, and that was just one tiny baby swatch, and that is like a really, really nice color payoff. Let's go in with another, let's do a more metallic. One baby swatch. I just swiped one time down, you guys. Look at that. Let's go in with the Nubian palette. I'm gonna go down one time. Like, for that tiny little swatch that I just did, look at that pigmentation, you guys. Now let's go in with a shimmery shade. One swipe. Look at that. Look at that. That is ridiculous. These eyeshadows are so bomb. I'm going back for the other two palettes because I just have to. If they're worth it, you guys, they are worth checking out. They are not that expensive. It's good. Trust me on this. They are just freaking amazing and you guys have to try them. I have been obsessed with those. Other eyeshadow palette that I have been loving for the past several months. And I feel as passionately about this eyeshadow palette as I do about those eyeshadow palettes. And I hate to say it, you guys, it was limited edition. It is no longer available, but it was a favorite, so I have to talk about it. The Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. I'm so sorry, you guys, if you did not get your hands on it, but if you did, you already know. You already know the amazingness that takes place in this palette, you guys. It is stunning. Like, it is worth, like, this palette is so good. Like, I would have no problems telling you guys, even though you cannot get your hands on this palette anymore, to try the Colored Rain singles, because if they are anything like this palette, they're gonna be hot fire. Like, hot, steaming hot fire. So let's just take this purple shade, one swipe down. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much. Yep, I came to play today. Like, come on now. And I have every intention, you guys, let's take another one. Let's take this orange. One swipe. Like, it's ridiculous. I have every intentions of ordering some of their single eyeshadows and kind of getting back to you guys and letting you know if the single eyeshadows are as good as this particular palette. But if they are, like, people need to stop sleeping on Colored Rain for their eyeshadow formula. I hear a lot about their liquid lipsticks. I don't hear too much about their eyeshadow formulas. I'm starting to hear more about it now. Colored Rain shadows, completely worth it. And I will let you guys know as soon as I pick up some of the singles, if the singles are good as well, but I have every feeling and belief that they're gonna be. Let's move on to another drugstore item. Look at me with these drugstore items. The drugstore is killing it. Like, I haven't found any eyeshadows from the drugstore that I'm like in love with, but as far as face products, they're killing the game right now. And the Milani Make It Last setting spray, you guys, look how much I've used. I did my drugstore haul not that long ago, so the amount of this product that I have already used in such a short amount of time is a little bit on the ridiculous side. This is another drugstore product that performs like a high-end product. It does do a really good job of making your makeup last, and it is interchangeable. You guys know I love my Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. It is always on my desk. I always have it ready. I have a backup in my drawer right now. And this to me is almost like interchangeable for that guy. I do feel like the Chill Makeup Setting Spray I like a little bit more when my skin is feeling extra dry, but this one just, it's really good, you guys. The mist on this thing is insane. Like, it is better than some high-end misters. Like, one more time, like, look how awesome that mist is. Hopefully that shows up on camera. It's nice. The only thing I don't like about it is you don't get very much product in here, and it's something that you would have to replace pretty quickly. 2 more weeks this is gonna be gone because I literally bathe in this stuff. I use it, I'll apply a little bit extra if I want my highlight to pop. It's really, really good. I definitely recommend that. Let's talk about some bronzers. The first one we're going to talk about is this palette right here. Now, this palette is no longer available. It is the NARS Stephen Klein palette, but all of the products inside are still available separately. So that's why I kind of feel okay showing this, because you can still get your hands on all of these products. Now, the main reason I have been reaching for this a ton, and this is another one of those products that I've been reaching for the past several months, but NARS Laguna, oh, I said 3 bronzers. Oh girl, no, I meant 4. NARS Laguna, you guys knew that I was having some issues finding a bronzer that wasn't looking muddy or cakey, or just wasn't looking too orange or too red on my skin. I was having a lot of issues with that. And then I had forgotten about NARS Laguna. And I think I've forgotten about it because all of my NARS Lagunas are all in palettes like this, and I don't have just like the single NARS. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But it is the perfect bronzer shade for my skin tone. I can bronze with it. I can use it as a little bit of a contour. It's not muddy. It's a perfect bronzer shade, perfect neutral bronzer shade for my skin type. Like I said, I can contour with it. I could bronze with it. I usually just do like a mixture of contour and bronze. I don't too often go in with the full-on contour. I rarely do that, but when I do, I can use this. Another reason that I have been loving this palette is because I have been using these two blushes a ton. I'm wearing Dolce Vita today, but I have also been reaching for Luster a lot. And like I said, both of these are in the permanent line, and they're just really pretty blushes. Like, I love NARS blushes. I think NARS makes some really amazing blushes. And I can't help it. Like, anytime NARS, and those are them swatched right there, anytime NARS comes out with the blush palette, like, chances are I'm gonna buy it unless it has a bunch of repeat colors that I already have in my collection, which they're pretty good about not repeating colors. A lot of their older blush palettes always had Laguna, but the last couple have not. They've just been strictly blushes. So I do love those three items out of this particular palette, and just really, really good on the skin, you guys. I have been loving it. So another product, like when I want to do full on glam, I have been reaching for the NARS Laguna liquid. So what I'll do is I'll put the liquid down first, just to kind of, since my skin has been a little bit drier, I have been liking going in with a lot of liquids and creams instead of a lot of powder. But what I'll do is I'll go in with Laguna liquid, and then I'll go in with like this Sephora Pro small stippling brush, and then I'll stipple that out. And then I will take a little bit of the powder bronzer just to kind of set it in place. But it's just really soft, it's really subtle. It just blends into the skin effortlessly. It's really good for dry skin. I have been enjoying this product a lot the last couple of months, so I do think it's worth checking out as well. A drugstore bronzer that I think is so good. Now this one does pull a little bit warm on me, and it does pull a little bit orangey on me, so I do have to be really, really careful with it. But it is very blendable, it is very pigmented, and it is the Neutrogena Healthy Blends bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. And I just really like it a lot, you guys. It performs, again, like a high-end bronzer. And you can kind of see, let me swatch a little bit of Laguna next to it. So this is the Neutrogena up top and Laguna on bottom. You can see that the Neutrogena is definitely just a little bit, like a pinch warmer than the NARS. So sometimes, especially because I do have a lighter skin tone and I do have a slightly cooler skin tone, things can pull orange on me really, really quickly. So it's not as obvious on my cheeks, but on my forehead and the perimeter of my face, I have to be a little bit more careful. But I have worn this to death. Every video I filmed in, I want to say January, I was almost every single one, I was wearing this bronzer. Like a lot of my videos, I was wearing this bronzer. It's just really healthy looking. It's really pretty. I like this bronzer. I heard about it from Casey Holmes, and I think she hit the nail on the head with this particular product. Okay, and there's a lot of bronzers, y'all. I'm excited because I finally found bronzers that are like fully working for me. And then another bronzer, forgive me that this is so messy. I've had this product since Milk Makeup was first introduced into Sephora like last year. And then I just kind of forgot about it. And I pulled it back out, and this is such a good bronzer. And I remember when I filmed that video, this is one of the things that I said that I actually liked the most was the bronzer, but then I just never used it. It's so easy to use. It's so blendable. It's the perfect undertone for my skin. It's just easy makeup, you guys. It's just very, very, very easy makeup. It blends out effortlessly. I do have this on, and then it just gives you a really soft all over sun-kissed look. And it's just really pretty, you guys. I do like it. I'm glad that I did pull that back out because it is a great product. So I did go a little bronzer crazy this month and the last couple of months. A highlighter, and these are products that a product that I've had forever and I just completely just never used, but I finally am wanting to go through my makeup collection a little bit more. So I pulled out a highlighter, and this is the Lorac Starlight highlighter. And I really like this highlighter, you guys, like a lot. And that's what it looks like. It is the highlighter that I am wearing today on my cheeks. And it's just really, really finely milled. Kind of see that, like, it just melted into the skin. It like is seamless with your skin. You can't tell where the highlighter stops and then your blush or your contour or your bronzer start. I'm super impressed by the powders of this, you guys. Like really, really impressed by the formulation of these. They are not glittery by any means. You can build it up to where you can just have a soft lit from within look, but then it'll also give you like a really, really high shine as well, without being glittery, without being chunky, with just being a really finely milled highlighting powder. I have been reaching for it a ton. I want to say that I have used this in the last couple videos. If it wasn't first impressions, I was pretty much using this highlighter. And I think that's it, you guys. I think that is everything I did want to talk about and mention for you guys today. I really hope that you got maybe some good suggestions or some good ideas on what you might be into as far as some products that would be worth checking out. Let me know some of your favorite products in the month of February. Leave them down below for me, you guys. Maybe I will check some of those products out. If you tried any of the products that I talked about today, let me know down below what you guys thought about them. Did you love them? Did you hate them? Or are you kind of so-so about them? I would love to hear you guys' feedback. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to subscribe before you head out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!